Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I am joined by Mr. Tom Dutton.
Oh, mister?
Mr.
Oh, come on, I'll take it.
Feeling nice.
Yeah.
And we are going to build up to England versus Argentina on Friday night.
Looking forward to this.
Which by the time this goes out it'll be tomorrow's game.
You're really bad with dates.
Yeah.
You just need to stop saying dates.
I said before on the podcast that it was Tuesday and it wasn't, it's Wednesday, so...
Like, we're trying to put them out on certain days, and you're like, oh, it's in 3 days' time.
All the days have rolled into one for me since
weird.
Friday night. I haven't got a clue where I am.
That's true. I know, it's fair enough. It's birthdays, isn't it?
Yeah, just got to celebrate, you know what I mean?
Oh, so you weren't celebrating the England game?
No, because that was on Sunday.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I did think it was Monday. It's fine.
What?
We're all great with days.
Anyway, we'll look into how Argentina performed against Japan on Saturday. Wasn't the most exciting of games.
No, it was quite poor, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, after watching the USA as well, I mean, USA was obviously after it, but like...
But like when you put them if you put them up against each other, like they just don't compare.
It's the speed. That's what it is, and it's the clinical nature. Like, USA were putting everything away, and then you're watching Japan play against Argentina, who have never got a point in the World Cup, and you're thinking, is this... A lot of people would have sat there and gone, is this the level? And it's not. You
probably thought, like we said about like the US going into the USA game, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be like 4 or 5 now. You probably thought for Japan, this might be like 2 or 3-0.
Yeah, it should be. Well, I mean, it's weird because I had to look into some stats.
Oh, you love a good stat, don't you?
But Argentina only had 5 shots, 2 on target. I didn't actually look what Japan had. Great research. But Argentina only had 39% possession compared to Japan's 61. 66% pass accuracy, and in total made 253 passes. So Argentina weren't very good either.
No, I think they very much just sat back. They let Japan come at them, but then like also the defending was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Like considering, like it's weird because when I was watching the highlights later on, there was only like 4 or 5 chances, like clear cut chances in the whole game. And like Japan were quite wasteful with this.
They should have scored. And if you'd think if England get them amount of chances, they put at least one of them away. They have the striking options there to put them away. I mean, I had to look. Ellen White had 5 attempts, and 4 of them were on target. And if you're testing the goalkeeper, especially with the level of Argentina's goalkeeping wasn't great either.
No. She was 35. She's been around for a while.
But then surely you got to. I don't know. That's a different talking point, but look, if you put shots on target, test the goalkeepers, you'd expect one of them to be fluffed or badly padded out, and then you've got Mead and Paris coming in to mop it up.
I think there was one at the very end where like one of the Japan players got right in the box, and they try and like whip it across the box, and the keeper just comes down and collects it. But I'm thinking, if you go a little bit more like to the edge of the area, there's got to be someone there. But 9 times out of 10, there was only 1 or 2 players there, and they weren't like, it didn't go near them. Or there was one chance where it actually got to them, and she scuffed it and it went well wide.
I think it's encouraging for England in terms of, look, you're coming up against this side. Japan created all these opportunities. England have a better attack than Japan, so you'd think that with the attacking quality and the defensive stability of England, they can just kind of sit there, let their attackers do the job. The fullbacks will get involved as well. Is that how you see it happening?
I think if you look at it as, once you get past, say the attack's not performing brilliantly on the day, you know that your defence can pick up the pieces, sort of. You know your defence is good enough, whereas with like Argentina and maybe Japan, not too sure, but especially with Argentina, you don't quite know what the team's about yet. Obviously after one game where they've just been so solid defensively, you've got to think, oh, you know, they didn't let a goal in, like, you know, you're going to have to really break them down. But like, I feel like you said, our attack can do that. I think we're going to outdo them with pace.
Yeah.
I think that's where that's going to be the one thing for us in that game. Because obviously Paris is lightning quick. If Mead plays, she's quick. If Ellen White's quick, or if Jodie Taylor plays, she's quick. And I think one of the things, especially if we play Jodie Taylor, is we can do that ball over the top of the defence for our strikers to run onto. You've seen it with Ellen White the other night. It was offside, the goal. But those type of balls that just catch defenders out, like that can be crucial for our performance.
Yeah, no, it's true. I really want to see, because obviously, as you said there, Argentina are going to make it quite a compact side. I really want to see Lucy Bronze getting up the pitch. I thought she was really good defensively, especially against Scotland. I really want to see the attacking side of a game this time, and because that's what's going to have to happen. Yeah. It's going to be them sitting back, which is fine. That's a good game plan for Argentina. I think that
allows those type of players to push on them.
Exactly.
Because especially if you can sort of look at it as well, if he wants Bronze or whether it's Greenwood or Stokes who plays on the left, if they can push forward, you can sort of go to a 3 at the back with like Jill Scott coming in or Keira Walsh coming in. Yeah. If you fall that little bit short, like if there's a counter attack or whatever, and our two full backs are too far up the pitch. But then I think if you're doubling up, so you've got Paris and you've got Bronze on one side and you've got Mead or Greenwood or Stokes on the other side, that's going to be too much for them, because they're not gonna know who's going where, who's doing what.
Well, in terms of how we play, I mean, obviously we played. It says 43 in the lineups on the World Cup thing, but it was a Walsh and Scott in the 2, and then Kirby is number 10. Yeah. Do you think we'll just go with sort of one centre defensive mid and then push another one up maybe to try and get more, or do you think that's too overkill in terms of getting caught on the break?
It's definitely a possibility, but then also I think you just play your own game.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it worked for us on Sunday, no matter, you know, the second half performance wasn't that good, but it still worked. Yeah. So I feel like unless you're going to make a drastic change to the lineup, I think you just stick with what you know, and especially I think Phil Neville would be silly to think, oh, I'm just going to go one centre defensive midfielder and I'm going to put another striker on, or I'll put like another attacking mid on or whatever. I think that doesn't play to the team's strength either. No. I think it sort of mixes it up a little bit, because sometimes if you go all out attack, it can end up biting you in the backside a little bit later on. It's
a lot of, like, these players have trained for a certain style, like you were saying. Yeah, it is one of them. I'll be interested to see, because obviously England got 14, again, more stats. England had 14 attempts against Scotland, 6 of them on target, and 4 of them from Ellen White, which is quite good.
I feel like if you can do that against that Scotland side, who, you know,
that's what I mean.
Like their first World Cup as well, but
they have some really good players in that Scotland side. Obviously,
it's a solid team.
But so then I think if you can create that amount of attempts against that side, I'm not thinking it's going to be anything like the USA was against Thailand. But I think it's going to be something like that, where you've got to sit there and expect. You've got to go out there and I think show all the other teams the same way the USA did, the same way France did. Yeah. Just go, look, this is a lesser team than us. We're going to go out there and we're going to show that we are professionals. We do this week in, week out, and we know that we're a solid team, attacking and defensively. And I think they will go out there and batter them.
I think it's done us well that we play Argentina next and not Japan. Yeah. Because Japan will want to win their next game. Because if it ends up being they get another draw or Scotland beat them, then Japan are out, basically.
Yeah, they won it the last two times ago.
They're like second, third favourites, like they're up there, do you know what I mean? So, like rightly so, considering the history of the competition.
But it's funny, because I remember before the World Cup started, you were sat there and you and Amy were talking about how you were not overly worried, but you sat there and you were like, this is not an easy group here. No. You've got Japan, who are very good, you've got Scotland there, and Scotland was going to be a big game in terms of deciding it.
I'm so happy it's over. Like, I was looking forward to it, but I'm so happy it's over and we actually won, because I think if we'd have lost or even drawn that game, you're sitting here now with a different mindset of how you... Like, I'd have probably said I'd take a defensive midfield out and put another...
Just go for it,
exactly, because it's a game that you need to win. And every game's a must-win, especially in these type of competitions, but we know that if we do win, we're through, we're past the group stage, we're in the round of 16. But if you draw or you lose, you have got to beat Japan, and you don't want to have to sit there at that game and be like, we need to win in this game.
So in that case, then obviously there's been a lot of talk about does Phil Neville know his best side? Yeah. Do you reckon he's just going to go with the same side? Because in terms of the way England played, I think the first game of a World Cup, you play what you think is the strongest side for me. So for me, he's looked at all these players and gone, these are the players that are going to go out there against Scotland and get a result. So I think you've got to do the same again. And I know we're going to go talk about the team, but I think you go out there and you just put out the same team. Obviously, there's some talk about Bright, but she was back in training after the concussion and stuff.
I think that's the only one that you question.
Yeah.
That's the only position that you question, I think. But then I've been thinking about it all day, and I don't know who I'd pick, and I don't know who he'd pick, but I'm thinking maybe he does start with the same team, especially like for the first half, and then he assesses his options at half time, because he said after the game on Sunday he wasn't happy with the second half performance. And whether that was down to like individual players or one group of the defence or the midfield or the attack or whatever, and whether he thinks I'm going to put them to the test again. And then at half time think, right, depending on the result, whatever's going on, right, I'll take you and you off and put X, Y, whatever on.
Change it up.
And then he can see his options, because he took players off on Sunday, and he put Carney on, he put Stanway on, and they didn't really have the opportunities to actually show what they can actually do. So it's like, I think if they're your first go-to substitutes, I think they're more likely to start your your next game. I think maybe Stanway's a little bit early to start a game. I think depending on results.
Think so?
I think so. I think depending on results, if we win against Argentina and we're through, he might put a little bit of not a lesser side, because none of the players are lesser.
Sorry.
So what?
I know, sorry, I'm so popular.
None of the players are lesser, but like obviously the younger players like Stanway, like who were at the first World Cup, like that's who you play against. Japan, because it does give them the opportunity to get out on the pitch.
I was going to say that. I was thinking, look, if you beat Argentina there, it gives them the opportunity, definitely. The big thing for me though, and it's something you mentioned at the start then, is it's a must-win game every single time. And the only problem with it is you need to know that you're carrying on the momentum. You can win 2 games against Scotland and against Argentina, but if you put a not a lesser team, as you just said, but like a team that's maybe not had enough game time, would that break the momentum? And obviously that's a conversation we'll have after Argentina, but it could break the momentum going into the round of 16, and then whoever you face is going to be a really tough opposition there. But it is a really good opportunity for them to assess that. But I think he should have really done that before the World Cup. We should have known. We should go, okay, I know this is my team. This is my team. These are the players who you're going to go with. But
you look at the She Believes Cup, like, I can't remember who we played in the first one. Awful. We played USA second, drew 2-2. And then in the third game, he did put a rotated team out, but he took a big squad with him, so it allowed him to see who can do what, and I think that's what he's based his World Cup squad off, is the She Believes Cup, not the friendlies like a few weeks back. It was definitely the She Believes Cup, because they're in a competition environment, so it was good to see who could do what. But then also the players like Walsh is obviously one of the most experienced players, but it's her first major tournament, and people forget that. She's been around for so long, especially in Man City's setup, that like you forget this is her first major tournament. Same for Williamson, Stanway, like a load of players like that, and who are young players as well. But speaking of like Williamson, the one question is obviously Millie Bright, if she's fit or not. She wasn't in training Monday. No,
but she's come back into training. She was expected to play the whole thing, and I think she did. The only one was the attacker. Duggan was training by herself because of a shoulder injury or a thigh.
A thigh, and then Millie Bright was a shoulder, wasn't she?
Yeah. It's one of them. I think it'd be nice to keep. We talk about it in every level, every type of football. Is you make sure you keep the same back line.
I think that's more important than keeping like a same midfield or attack.
That's what I mean. So if you can get Bright in there, I know obviously if she's not 100%, then you think, okay, we'll switch it up for McManus, because she did come on. But at the same time, you want to keep that for me. You need to keep that stability in defence just for that whole back line to know exactly where everyone was. They defended quite well against Scotland. Obviously, Scotland did score that goal, and it was a bit messy, to be honest. But there haven't been too many non-messy goals in this World Cup. I mean, USA obviously scored loads of non-messy ones, but it's one of them.
I think that what you're saying, you need to keep a solid back line. Brighton, Houghton, hadn't played together since November.
Yeah.
And so, like, that was their first game back, and they did fine. Like, they were doing fine. Like, obviously, she got injured and whatever. But then, like, if you're going to keep a solid back line, the whole thing, you have to play the same 4 players.
Exactly.
And not all 4 players can play every single game.
That's true, that is true.
So, is it not better to rotate your defensive partnerships now rather than in the quarterfinals or something
it's not like you're going to take Lucy Bronze out, though, is it?
No, Lucy Bronze is there to stay.
You're not taking Horton out.
Horton's there to stay.
You're not taking Bardsley out, are you?
But them 3 are there to stay.
But then if you're changing up your left-hand side, that's a danger. Obviously, if Greenwood and Stokes can rotate in there and kind of whoever's more attacking minded, especially for this game, needs to get up the pitch and help on that left hand side and overlap maybe Mead or something like that. But it depends who you play on that left hand side even.
Well, let's go through your team then, who you've picked.
It's literally the exact same team.
The
only one, I mean, I would like to see Stanway in that number 10, but I think she's too young for that. I remember her coming on against Liverpool. And she just obviously Liverpool were tired, but she just dominated. Really, really good on the ball.
Scored 2, didn't she?
Yeah, so I would like to see her start because for me, I think you just not go all out attack, but I really feel like you can afford to go to a 1 centre defensive mid. That kind of shifts into a 2 when you're defending. Obviously, that's tough on both of them defensive mids. But I think you go out there and, like I said before, you make a statement. So you go out there with the same team, for me anyway, and you just see what this team can actually do. And then as soon as half-time, like you said before, rolls around, you start thinking about changes. So maybe it is Kirby in the number 10, and then you bring Stanway on the same way they did, but a bit earlier this time. Give them a bit of time, like you said, to just flourish and see what they can do on the big stage. And then that gives them hopefully a load of confidence going into Japan, and then you just go, you've just done this against Argentina, you've got maybe 3 goals as a team, go out there against Japan and show them just how good you are, end the group stages with 3 wins, 3 solid wins, and then go into the round of 16.
Yeah, I agree, to be fair. I think obviously the only question is still Millie Brighton. I think if she doesn't play, then McManus comes in. As much as I'd love Williamson to play, I think just the fact that McManus came on for her in that game shows that she's maybe just edging Williamson just that little bit in that position. But you don't know what the thinking was, whether McManus offers something more defensively or going forward. You don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But like McManus can also play defensive midfield, so she gives you that other option as well. So if you do want to switch your midfield around, you can put her there as well. If say Bright's fit, you can put her there for Walsh or Scott, because Kira Walsh isn't going to be able to play every single game. Now there's Jill Scott, but it was highlighted in commentary during the Scotland game that he said Walsh is not going to be able to play every game.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't think he takes it out of this one, because I think it'd be a bit harsh to drop her just after one game, because she's not going to be tired.
Yeah.
But I think if anything, you can also play McManus there. But I think Jade Moore comes in before, or Cannon Carney comes in before McManus in midfield.
Well, it's one of them. It also depends how Argentina are going to play. Obviously, we don't know. But, I mean, you've got written down here, do you reckon they'll play the same way? Do you think they're going to try and test England a bit more? Obviously, they've come off the back of getting the draw, maybe a bit of confidence. They can come out of this World Cup now knowing they've at least got 1 point. They know now that they were going into it thinking we can do whatever we want, but we want to get at least 1 point. Now they've done that, do you reckon they just go, okay, we'll play with a bit more freedom, go further, go more attacking and try and... Obviously, you can't leave yourself too exposed at the back. But do you think that they might go out there and be more attacking this time?
I think they will a little bit. I think they won't want to play every game so defensively because it's not enjoyable for them or for anyone to watch.
Yeah.
They're obviously not going to go all out attack. I mean, you never know, because they will want, if they pick up 3 points here, then
exactly.
You know what I mean. They're sitting top of the table, so like
it's mad.
So that's mad, but. I don't know. I think, like I was saying before, if especially if our fullbacks are allowed to push up, they will try and exploit them areas on the counter attack, and that's what you've got to be careful of. So whoever you're playing, defensive mids, is going to have to make the sacrifice of not going too far forwards at times. And be the one that sort of, don't know, like goes into a 3 or maybe a back 5 at one point if you're that much under pressure.
Well, you'd expect it to alternate fullbacks, wouldn't you? I mean, you'd expect just, okay, one goes up, I'll tuck in and make that safety with a 3 and then have one centre defensive mid sit back in there as well, and let the other one kind of push a bit further up and sweep up everything around there. It's going to be interesting to see, because England aren't going to come up against too many of these teams later on in the competition where they're going to sit back. So it's going to be an interesting test of, okay, we have all the ball here, and we're going to have to force something to happen. Because Argentina are just going to wait, and then try and catch them on the break. And it's so different to how you might have to do the same against France or USA, and you've got to sit there and go, okay, we need to tuck in. So it's a test. It really is a test.
I think, Argentina didn't register their first shot on target until the 73rd minute against Japan. So it just shows how much they're willing to just let the other team come at them and just wait it out and just see what happens. Because imagine if that shot would have gone in.
Exactly.
And then Japan have got to go and score 2 to win. And Argentina is still playing that so defensively. Teams, you're not going to be able to do it.
Well, you saw Netherlands. Who did Netherlands play? Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, New Zealand.
New Zealand, and I tell you what, New Zealand defended so well. I was watching them play, and you're looking at this Netherlands side, and you're thinking, wow, these are fantastic.
I thought that's going to be about 3-1 maybe.
Exactly.
3-0.
And New Zealand just tucked in, kept the shape really, really well, and really unlucky to concede in the 91st minute.
Well.
Exactly. So you're thinking that's the game plan there for Argentina. Go out there, be compact, be really, really structured, I guess, and know exactly what your roles are, and then hope to catch them on the break. And then obviously it didn't work. Netherlands just broke them down. They put on an extra attacker, and I think England will do that.
It was quite a sloppy goal as well.
Oh, it wasn't great,
But you think, like if you're gonna go out, like say it was an absolute worldie from like Medina or something on the edge of the box, you'd be like, yeah, it's hard. But just the way it happened, that's the most heartbreaking. Same with Italy and Australia today.
But that's how good teams win games. They just keep banging on the door. One person makes a mistake or one person overloads, and then they've got a goal, and I think England have enough quality to do that.
Yeah. Well, let's end it then. What's your score prediction?
My score prediction, I really feel like England are going to go out there and make a statement. I'm going to say 5-0.
5-0.
5-0. I think there's going to be a gulfing clash, and I think England, once they get about 2 under their belt, they're just going to go, let's play with some freedom here and show Japan they need to be scared for the last game. What about you?
I mean, I'd love a 5-0. I'll go 3-0.
Okay, conservative.
I'll go a little bit more tame, but it's still good enough.
Oh, that'd be a brilliant win. Yeah. I think you can take confidence from that as well.
Are you going to pick your goal scorers or?
I think Paris is going to get another penalty.
Really?
Yeah, I really do think that. I think White's going to get one, and I think it's going to be the whole front 3, to be honest.
Really?
I think
Mead,
I think Mead's going to get one as well. Or it'd be nice. I've only picked 3 there, and I said it's going to be 5. It'd be nice for maybe a corner, maybe Houghton getting one, and then a goalkeeper runs the length of the pitch.
Karen Barsi, 91st minute, just goes, friggin', I'm going.
Yeah, exactly. He runs the length of the pitch, toe pokes it through the other goalkeeper's legs.
It goes right top corner, and you're like, that could have gone anywhere.
Exactly, like Vincent Kompany, like bang. No, I think I kind of want to see I just want to see a good display from the fullbacks here. Just because that's how I like to see football played. Yeah.
I'm going to go Frank Kirby gets one.
Okay.
Palace gets one. And Ellen White gets one.
No one off the bench?
Nah.
No?
I'm going to go all 3 in the 90 minutes with the face. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Just because you don't know who's going to come on?
No. I think Jodie Taylor's definitely going to come on. If Duggan's fit, she might come on for like 15 minutes just to give her a little bit of like a run. Yeah. But I don't think I think she'll be on the bench, but I don't think she'll come on. Yeah. And then I think maybe someone like Stanway or Carney or Jade Moore will come on as well.
It's going to be interesting.
Dependent. There's no injuries or
I'm looking forward to it. There's been some good displays. Like this is one of them where I've just started watching women's football lately, and now I'm sitting there watching some really good displays from some teams. Obviously, there's a golfing class, but when you're watching teams like France and like the USA and England played really well, it's good to see just these teams obviously demolishing lower teams, but in the latter stages, it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, well, we have a group chat, don't we? Me, you, and Amy. It's just about all women's like football in general, and like when we film videos.
I mean, it's work. It's not.
Yeah, it's not just always us just chatting absolute nonsense. But like last night, it was going off at USA because we were just like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. But like, it's nice because it's normally just me and Amy chatting about it, and now you get like a outsider's perspective, like coming in and
teach me things.
Yeah.
Sorted.
But your stream was 2 minutes behind ours.
It was.
So
you kept telling me.
Off.
Well, you kept telling me who scored.
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm going to chat about it.
Yeah. No, it's fair. It's fair. I'll get a proper stream next time.
Yeah. Actually watch it on BBC.
It was BBC, but I play, so...
Oh, that's why. You need to watch it on the telly.
I know.
Oh, well. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Let us know your score predictions in the comments below and whether or not you think if a certain player will come in, a certain player will go out, whatever you think. I will be watching the game with Sarah on Friday, fingers crossed.
Is that actually happening then?
She said to me before, yeah, let's do it, and then I haven't heard nothing since. So
either way, there's gonna be reaction to it.
Either way, yeah, me and Amy will do one, and then if whether I'm with Sarah or not, there will be another one anyway.
And then the rest of the tournament's gonna be covered all the way through.
Yeah.
It's gonna be busy.
I've got you covered on all fronts.
Oh. I keep looking at the lights are bright.
I know, they're so bright. Yeah, we're going to go. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for listening. Remember to like the video, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.